partner in open source management.
Hey there, and welcome to OSS Consultants, your ultimate destination for everything open source. I'm Russ, and in this video, we'll go over license compliance for use of open source inside an entire vehicle, and how there needs to be a consistent policy for managing open source, regardless of where or how the software was developed, and also which device it's used in inside the vehicle. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you never miss out on new videos. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, drop them in the comments below. Let's get started.
Another challenge is your own internal engineering and development centers around the globe that use different software development lifecycle processes and tools, depending on what kind of software they're using. An infotainment and navigation system requires a significantly different development process and configuration management than, say, an engine controller does. To have an efficient process for managing open source means the OSPO or other governance structure has to have a consistent policy for managing that use, regardless of how or where that software is developed. Another important distinction in this diagram, it's not just the difference in the types of devices, but how they're connected. So open source is likely used in all of these devices to some degree. Device A has a display, so it could use that potentially for displaying any required license compliance material. It's also on the same communication bus as device B and device C. Device D doesn't have its own display, and it's not directly connected to a display in the vehicle. In fact, it's on a completely separate communication bus, maybe like a LIN bus, and it comes from a completely different supplier and plays an entirely different function in the vehicle. So where should device D have its required license material, that's compliance material? Some people might say it belongs in the owner's manual. Others might say it should be hard-coded into the main vehicle display. But then how would those locations be updated if device D gets a service replacement with a change in software, or has its software updated by an over-the-air update? Obviously, we can't get too deep into this today, but the good news is that it can be managed with the right approach, the right tools and processes in place. Again, feel free to reach out if you want to discuss this point further.
Your trusted partner in open source management.